The Trump trial spectacle finally begins just 203 days before voters decide whether to give the disgraced former president a second term. All that and more now on Graph's Grievances. Donald Trump becoming the first former president to stand trial on criminal charges after his lawyers exhausted all attempts to end or delay the historic prosecution. Trump is charged with 34 felony counts related to payments intended to silence a porn star he allegedly had an affair with. Those payments not illegal. You are allowed to pay a porn star to keep them quiet. But what you are not allowed to do is disguise those payments as a business expense. That, in New York State, is a misdemeanor. So why is Trump charged with 34 felony counts? Because, according to Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, Trump falsified business records with the intent to conceal another crime.
Less than 2 weeks before the presidential election, Michael Cohen wired $130,000 to Stormy Daniels' lawyer. That payment was to hide damaging information from the voting public. The participant scheme was illegal. The scheme violated New York election law, which makes it a crime to conspire to promote a candidacy by unlawful means. The $130,000 wire payment exceeded the federal campaign contribution cap, and the false statements in AMI's books violated New York law.
So, in order to win a criminal conviction against Trump, prosecutors will have to show that A, Trump not only falsified business records to hide the hush money payments, but B, that Trump did so in order to illegally further his election prospects. And that second burden of proof on which Trump's criminal conviction rests could prove challenging, as Bragg did not charge Trump with any crime related to interfering in the 2016 presidential election. Is paying a mistress a genuine campaign expense? But before we get to that question, a jury will have to be seated. And despite Trump living in New York City for the vast majority of his life, residents of Manhattan who will comprise the jury are overwhelmingly not fans of Trump. 86% of voters in the ritzy borough casting a ballot for Biden over Trump 4 years ago. So expect jury selection to go on for quite some time as attorneys on both sides seek 12 jurors and 6 alternates who can be fair and impartial about the former president and current presumptive Republican presidential nominee. Which is a good reminder that irrespective of what happens with Trump's trial in Lower Manhattan and the criminal trials Trump faces in Georgia, Washington, D.C., and Florida, come November 5th, you will be the jury. The American people will decide whether a twice-impeached rapist, an aspiring dictator who attempted to overthrow the government after losing re-election in 2020, deserves a second term. This monumental choice between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump, of course, in the hands of the American people, because our institutions have so far failed to hold Trump accountable for his litany of alleged criminal activity. In addition to America's legal system, the Republican Party, the party of Abraham Lincoln, the party that freed the slaves, has proven to be an abject failure at not only upholding their own values, but stopping a madman from seizing control of their powerful political apparatus. This dangerous and embarrassing situation again on display just this weekend.
I'm asking you a very simple question. You believe Donald Trump contributed to an insurrection. That's correct, right?
I stand by the statement.
You stand by the statement that he contributed to an insurrection. And you believe
words,
believe that a president who contributed to an insurrection should be president again?
As does 51% of America, George. I mean, really, I understand you're part of the media. I understand you're in this New York City bubble or whatever it is, but you got to look around what's happening across this country. It's not about just supporting Trump. It's getting rid of what we have today. It's about understanding inflation is crushing families. It's understanding that this border issue is not a Texas issue. It's a 50-state issue, right? That has to be brought under control. It's about that type of elitism that the average American is just sick and tired of. And it's a culture change. That's what I'm supporting. That's what most of America right now is looking to support and wants a change there. So again, I know you're shocked that the Republican governor is supporting a Republican president and a Republican ticket, but it's about the ticket. It's about up and down the ballot. Right? I want Republican governors and senators and congressmen and that type of culture, if you will. I keep going back to that because that's exactly what it is. That's the change America is looking for. And they're not relitigating January 6th. It's not a top issue.
That was the Republican governor of New Hampshire, Chris Sununu, telling ABC News' George Stephanopoulos that even though Trump, quote, absolutely contributed to an insurrection and that Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election were, quote, absolutely terrible, he is still supporting Trump for president. The MIT graduate defending his support for Trump by saying, quote, it shouldn't surprise anyone that a Republican governor would support a Republican nominee. So, by that logic, if the Republican nominee was a rapist or murderer, Sununu apparently would still support them. Sununu is one of just 50 governors in all of the United States. He is supposed to be a leader, helping us, the American people, navigate and delineate between right and wrong. His cowardliness, just the latest example of the mass corruption in the Republican Party. Virtually no leaders in the GOP, with the exception of retiring Republican Senator Mitt Romney and former Republican Representatives Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, have had the chutzpah to condemn Trump and call for his permanent exile from the Republican Party. And as a result, Trump is once again the party's presidential nominee. And while the GOP and the justice system may have failed us against Trump, it is important to remember that the American people have consistently rejected Trump and his MAGA movement. Since Trump was elected president in 2016, Republicans have lost in every major federal election since. In 2018, Democrats took control of the House of Representatives. In 2020, Democrats defeated Trump, claiming control of the Senate and held control of the House. And in 2022, Democrats kept control of the Senate while Republicans had the worst midterm performance in 2 decades. All of these results a reminder of the virtue of the American people and why I have faith in President Joe Biden again defeating Trump this November. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me in the next one.